NAMM 2018. We're speaking with Corey from Earthquaker Devices. This is a company I've heard about for some time, never actually used one of the pedals. Tell us about the history of the company and what's special about the pedals.
Sure, yeah. So we're from Earthquaker Devices. We make pedals by hand in the Midwest in Akron, Ohio. Right now we have about 42 different effect pedals in our line. We definitely make things that are more traditional effects, like your fuzzes and overdrives. So we're a full line pedal company, but what we're most known for are pretty unique and non-traditional sounds, like our synth effects and our harmonization pedals. So what we have new for NAMM this year is the Westwood. And as far as pedals go, it's a pretty traditional style of effect. It's an overdrive with an active EQ. It is a light to medium gain pedal, so it's not very suitable for metal or anything like that. But you can definitely get a lot of even order harmonics to it. So what it does is it allows you to retain the natural gain structure of your amp and your guitar, and then just further shape the tone a little bit. So it's a great utility pedal. In the EQ section, it's an active EQ, and you're going to get about 20 dB of cut and boost in either direction. So the low frequencies are, I think, about 80 hertz is the center point of that filter, and the treble frequencies is about 2 kilohertz. And those are very friendly frequencies for both bass and guitar.
The original inspiration for, I like to ask these questions about, there's pedal companies, and each one seems to be eccentric, and there's a story, an origin story. What is the origin story of the Earthquaker Devices?
So the origin story kind of goes more or less, Jamie Stillman is the owner and the founder of the company and the main product designer. So Jamie was a tour manager for bands for many years, and what had happened was one day while he was tour managing, an overdrive pedal had broke. So he opened it up and realized, maybe this isn't so complicated after all, started tinkering, and that sort of, snowballed into this whole obsession with electronics. And the next thing you know, went from repairing things to developing his own circuits and tweaking, putting a few models up on eBay, and then it just basically took off from there, from word of mouth.
Well, I'm also interested in how the names of pedals happen. Sometimes they are descriptive, and other times they're evocative. And here's one you have, Data Corruptor, which is very interesting. So what is the idea behind the Data Corruptor?
Okay, so the Data Corruptor is actually a pretty interesting pedal, I would say.
Looks interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's also one of the more complicated effects that we have. So I think the name, as you said, is really no exception into being descriptive or provocative. It really does corrupt your signal that you're putting into it. So it is what's known as a PLL, or a phase locked loop harmonizer. So what's doing is it's taking your guitar as an input source, and an oscillator is tracking the exact pitch of your guitar. So what it does is the output is actually not your guitar signal at all, but a synthesized unison. And what that does is then you can take that signal and multiply it and divide it to create different harmonies for yourself. So you can have three harmonies three harmonies of the pedal, up to 3 octaves below and 3 octaves above the root, with different intervals in between. So you can generate really interesting chords and basically awesome synth sounds. You have a mixer section up top, so you can control the level or the volume of each one of those voices. And then there's a modulation section in the middle where you can get portamento glides, and then also really wild vibrato laser beam type sounds as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really interesting pedal. So a quick demonstration of what it sounds like and how much it can really change the sound of your guitar is like this. So right now, here's the dry guitar signal. And then we'll turn, do you want to put the mic down? Dry guitar. Now with the Data Corruptor engaged, and it's the only thing in the chain.
That really corrupted that data.
Yeah, I destroyed it. Yeah.
That is not the peaceful, easy feeling that some people want in a guitar, but that is a great device for messing it up. So,
I think it does a good job of riding that line between being unpredictable but also repeatable. So it's like a controlled folly in a sense.
Yeah. What is your favorite pedal? Is there something is it your go-to pedal?
Yeah, my personal favorite pedal is the Avalanche Run.
Tell us about that one.
So the Avalanche Run is our top-selling effect. It's there's two effects inside. It's a delay and a reverb, both of which can be run separately or together. So this device actually covers many firsts for us as a company. It's our first device with tap tempo. It's our first device with assignable expression control. It's our first device that can go 100% wet, so that makes it very, very useful in the studio. It also is stereo, so it's the first device that does that. So it covers a lot of ground. It also has pretty interesting modes, a normal delay and reverb mode, and also a reverse delay mode, and then a swell reverb mode. So there's a bunch of really cool, interesting ambient effects that you can create with the pedal.
Okay. Corey from Earthquaker Devices, thank you for being on the program.
Very much.